Ireland's Classic Hits Radio. How are you doing? It's Trina Mara and Sarah Brereton is with us. She is nutritional therapist and she's with us just in time for holidays. Now, I wish I'd spoken to you in May, Sarah, because I'm back from my holidays and all. And
Lovely.
I think I'd half a stone on when I came back. So we're talking all about nutrition tips for holidays. It is kind of one of these things that our healthy diet goes out the window, and that's okay because you're on your holidays. But it's when it kind of begins, I guess, in the days leading up to the holiday and en route. So airports, etc.
And it can be so stressful as well. You know, we have lots of things to think about. We've other people with us. And when you're travelling, you're sitting in a restricted position maybe for a long time. So I definitely would say, Trina, the day before or earlier that day, avoid some of the gassy, kind of windy foods, maybe lots of dairy, beans, fibery kind of foods that might cause a bit of gas and wind, and try really up the water that, you know, we can get in, just to keep our system working, prevent maybe constipation. Having fizzy drinks and coffee can just dehydrate us that bit further and make our digestive system a little bit more sluggish.
So you need to kind of boost your immune system really ahead of your holidays, don't you?
Yeah, if you can. I mean, the immunity, it would be brilliant. I always would have like the Super 8 Immune, so that's helping your gut and your immune system with added vitamin C, so that would contribute to normal immune system. But looking at reducing sugar, getting adequate sleep, all these things we know we should be doing, but they'll all work together, you know, to really, really help. As I say, our immunity, sugar can really, you know, and stress play havoc with that. So having like that 42 billion of the friendly bacteria, they keep the small intestine and the large intestine really well populated, and that will really help when we're having foods we're not so used to, maybe having that extra dessert or treat, or maybe a glass of wine in the evening as well.
With the heat and everything, if you are drinking the alcohol, that is why it's so important to stay hydrated.
And definitely loads of fruits. This might be a good little tip. There's lots of fruits with a really high water content that might be really good to nibble on during the day as well, Trina, like your melon, your pineapple, the berries, tomatoes, cucumber. They will have a particularly high level of water. So, you know, you can kind of nibble on some of those during the day. And that would be advisable. I always would have the Udo's Choice digestive enzymes, whether it's Cork or Croatia. It's really handy if you do suffer with bloating, that heavy feeling after a meal, feeling really tired after a meal. They literally break down all the foods that maybe we're not so used to, like things like protein, starch, if we're having milk and creamy desserts as well. So they're really good for that gassy, windy food as well. So I always kind of have them and take them with each meal I'm having.
And Sarah, then, if you do happen to pick up a bug while you're on your holiday, you get food poisoning or something like that, what would you recommend to help with the recovery? Because you don't want to ruin your whole holiday.
Absolutely. This can happen so easily, and particularly if your system's a little bit sensitive, you know, to travelling and different foods. Get as much water into you as you can. Trina, electrolytes are really important. If we've been sick or have diarrhea or anything, we lose a lot of our essential, those salts and nutrients. So you can get your glass of orange juice, put, you know, 100 mils of orange juice, 50 mils of water, just dilute it down, and a pinch of salt. And that's a quick little rehydration drink. Or you could, you know, get rehydration salts. Rest up. If you have your Super 8 Immune, or I would advise packing that before you go, that will keep your digestive system and immune system in tip-top shape. And I mean, if you get a fever or you're feeling really unwell, do visit the pharmacy or the GP.
Sarah, thanks so much. And if you haven't been on your holidays yet, enjoy. Everyone else who's yet to go on your holidays, I'm very jealous. Sarah Brereton there, nutritional therapist. Thanks so much. It's Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.